Peace,
And I'm Josie,
and welcome to
a
A
dose
Dose
of
of
beauty,
Beauty.
where we are going to have conversation about life's journeys, about all the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yes, and there's a dose of beauty in everyone, so I really love that.
Absolutely. I
Yes.
can't wait to
So
talk
we have
about what
our
we got
guests
going
with
on.
us today. Who we have on set?
Ooh, we got the Miss May May, so natural.
Mimi's so natural. Mimi is amazing. And we're going to talk a little bit about her story in a moment, but she is so amazing. I'm going to tell y'all all how we met, how we continue to do so much stuff. But this is the natural beauty expert.
Yes, the
It
natural
is.
beauty.
So let's talk about this week, Josie.
Natural.
We've had an entire busy week as always, right?
Oh,
But one
absolutely.
thing I know, we always make time for each other, right? To call, to check
Absolutely.
in, and that's what friends do. That's what sisters do. And so we make time to call and check in. But we talked about one thing in particularly, and we talked about the importance of planning.
We did.
And so it's important, guys, to just plan. I know, like, I write everything out, everything. I don't know what I'm doing if it's not written.
Right.
Like
I'm
my
starting
son,
to work on that too. Because sometimes I'm so free spirited that I like to just let my day flow. However I feel is what I do. But I'm learning that planning actually is really important, especially even on just a daily basis, an
yes.
hourly basis. I plan more now and I get more done.
Yeah, absolutely. No, my son, right? He said to me, what did he say? He said, everything is not on a schedule. I said, oh, yes, it
Oh,
is.
yes, it is.
Because you
Yeah.
will miss.
You miss
Like,
out.
he had an appointment today. And he's like, I have a game. Well, you better send it to me because if you don't text it to me and it's not on my calendar, it's not going to get done.
Say the kids gotta be
Right.
They,
You got to
they
look
got to
at the
be on this.
calendar. Yes, you got to be on the calendar. You got
the
so many
kids gotta
moving
be on the
parts.
calendar.
You know what's so funny? I used to cut my kids off during a certain time of the day,
Do
and they were
you?
like, I had a calendar block. Like you cannot,
I
y'all
need to
can't
do
talk to me
that.
from 9 to 12 because you interrupt the beginning of my day with
Right?
all the nonsense with the kids. It's like they call you from school, they call you from, I need money. Can you cash at me? Can you? Hey, I got somebody's irritated. It's like, dude, I am just starting my day. Do not bother me from nine
Girl.
to 12.
It's like that, but I realize, like a schedule works. It for me it works. I do have to get better with implementing some me time, and I know one of our good friends online was like, make sure you get some me time in because in the perfect world, I
Me
would like
time
to
is
start with morning meditation and yoga and all of that wonderful
Oh,
things
that's a
and turn
lifestyle.
off my
It can
phone before
happen.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta schedule it.
And speaking of that,
I don't be scheduling stuff
I schedule
sometimes.
that
but
part.
Mimi, who was
I said
supposed
I
to be
schedule
like
that
my
part.
accountability partner, but you got me on that. You was like, schedule you some me time. And I really did. I took time to schedule out some me time. I booked a session with Mimi So Natural. And boy,
Ooh.
Cause y'all know I got the magic hands.
Yes.
she
These
got
little hands
she
be
got the
doing all
magic
types
bus
of
got the-
and the magic hands,
Like
okay?
this. Remember that cartoon, The Magic Bus?
No, and then I get in my
That's
bus
you.
sometimes and be like, I'm on a magic school bus.
Bus.
I'm going.
You
on
do
a
create
trip
magic
in
on
my
that bus. We
favorite
gonna
rocket
She
get there.
does. She
That's so
does.
crazy. I'm like,
On my
"Mimi, you
favorite
is-
rocket
you
ship.
got issues. Because I literally be like, I'm going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship.
That's right.
No lie, that's my song when I get in the bus.
You know what I really love? Because it happened on two occasions. When I first met Mimi, and then one time I was driving on the highway, speaking of the magic bus. I'm driving. There go Mimi! And I'm honking the horn, right? And so, no, but it's important to plan, and we have to make sure we're implementing ourselves throughout the day,
Absolutely.
because we wear so many hats as
Right.
women, as moms, as wives, as sisters, as aunts, as cousins.
Yep.
And if we don't plan, and not everything goes according to plan,
Right.
but you have to be prepared for that as well.
Right.
And
Someone told me earlier this week, and I've been hearing this a lot in my sales world, right? It's like people don't uh, plan to fail, they fail to plan.
mm,
And which is, we'll get deeper into that a little later on, but that's one of the biggest things that has been sticking with me now lately, where it looks like some of the things that I've planned earlier on this year for my second quarter of the year are not going according to plan. And I'm like,
yeah.
am I not planning correctly? Or did I not plan for this part?
Yeah,
Right. Gotta
absolutely.
plan for the unexpected.
Right. That
That's
part.
definitely facts. Definitely facts.
So we're gonna shoot to a commercial break really quick, and we'll be back with more of A Dose of Beauty.
Nos vemos ahorita.
Welcome back to A Dose of Beauty. Once again, I'm Shanice,
And I'm Josie.
and we have the lovely Mimi Thomas. Mimi Thomas of Mimi So Natural. She is the natural beauty expert. Period, right?
Entrepreneur.
I love it. So let's just jump into it. Let's talk about the power of being an entrepreneur, right? An entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur. Her.
Yes.
Me.
Entrepreneur, her,
I am
her.
she. Her is she is me.
You and she, yes, is there, yeah.
So I love this because we can have comfortable conversations. We've had many, right? We've
Oh, yeah,
laughed,
absolutely.
we cried, we had tears of joy, and we had moments of vulnerability. And I love that coming together with my sisters so we can have these conversations. But the beautiful thing is, one thing we have in common, we're all business owners.
Right.
Yep.
And I want to talk about when I first met Mimi, right? And we can all talk about our first meeting Mimi moments.
Yes.
So I first met Mimi. We were at Walmart. I was in the Walmart parking lot with my children. And we were planning an event, just got back from Las Vegas doing a major trade show. And literally, like my schedule is all the time, I'm coming off of one event and I'm planning the next event at the same freaking time. And we did this event in Decatur. We did it in Decatur. And I was like, it would be nice. I was trying to get someone with like this party bus and spa bus to come. And it just didn't work out because their schedule was like just, very, very busy. Long and behold, I'm in Walmart's parking lot. And guess what I seen? The magic bus. The magic Mimi bus.
The magic rocket ship.
Yes. And so I'm like, I'm going to track this lady down. So we're driving. We're not like parked or anything. She's driving. I'm like behind her at this point, and she turns to go on the main road, and we're at a light. So my kids is like, well, what are you about to do? Stop her down? I said, yes, I'm about to jump in and out the car. And I was like, hey. She's like, I'm having an event tomorrow. I need you. I said, good. Look, I'm having having this event tomorrow. I'm like, girl, I need you. Do you want to come to this event? Come make some money. Come, talk to the people. And
What
she
event
was
was
like,
this?
I will be there. That is the event that we did we did at the coffee shop at Todd's
Right,
place.
Todd's
At the
Spice
yep,
House.
at
Spice
Southern
House.
Roots and Spice. Shout out to Southern Roots and Spice
Yes,
because
definitely.
oh my gosh, their spices are amazing.
Oh, they
And
are.
I literally tracked Mimi down in the parking lot, and sis is so thorough. She is so real. She was like, I'll be there. And I was like, she ain't gonna come. I was like, she ain't gonna come. And I remember texting her that morning, and she was like, yeah, I'm on my way. I said, oh, shucks. And
Right,
she
it's out of
showed up.
nowhere.
She shows up, and we've been just rocking ever since. So I want to first and foremost say, Mimi, thank you for that, because it has created such a camaraderie, a friendship, just so much more, a sisterhood, and yeah. So
Most definitely. I want to thank you because when I met you, I met so many amazing adult people. Like I'm a
Yeah.
part of a beautiful circle. And if we did not meet in that parking lot that day, I wouldn't be a part of the VIP social black business thing going on.
Right?
Like I wouldn't be a part of that. I wouldn't have met Josie. I wouldn't have met Phoenix. Preston, like everybody is just so amazing. So I thank you for inviting me to the event. I had an amazing time. I spent a lot of money, but I had
Y'all
a
shouldn't do
great
that.
but
Don't
I
do
had
that
a great
again.
time. But I had a really great time, and ever since then, like we just been connecting. Like y'all said, we sisters. We've been growing, and it's just been up, and it's only up from here.
Love it. So let's have a little girl talk. Let's talk about business first, right? And so we all are bosses, and beautiful bosses. And so let's talk about your story. And before we get to the glory part of your story, but let's talk about the struggle, right? Because it's a dose of beauty in that as well.
Everything.
Yes.
And so tell me, let's talk about Mimi in Detroit before she got to Atlanta. What really birthed the vision for you to be an entrepreneur?
Well, Meet Me in Detroit is really Almeda, okay? Really Almeda from Detroit. I kind of like switched my name. Well, my family always called me Mimi as a kid, but nobody never get my name right. So when I came to Atlanta, I'm like, just call me Mimi. Literally, don't nobody even know me as Almeda, but I am Almeda from Detroit. So when y'all come to Detroit, if y'all see my people, they like, oh, Almeda, that's me. Okay?
Yeah, we had that experience. Yeah.
Exactly. Like
I'm like,
I am-
me. They're like, what is she calling? I'm like,
Almeda. Like my sons, my kids be like, they must know you when they call you that. But I was a teenage mom. I had my first child at 15 years old. Um, it was rough. It was really rough living back home. It was just like too much like violence and stuff for me. And I always knew that I wanted more and wanted better for me and my
Right.
children. And I didn't want to be just a regular teen mom, like 'cause a lot of my family members really didn't see this. The
Right,
Mimi
right.
Thomas, they didn't really see this for me, So growing up, I was just kind of like just always trying to beat the odds.
Right.
Okay, like I gotta hustle. I gotta do this. I don't want
Right.
to be that teenage mom that's leaving their kids at home with their mom. Plus, my mom wasn't going for that. She like, look, I was a
push the
boss.
pain from
You
power,
gonna be
yeah.
a boss. Yeah,
That's right.
like I couldn't do it. So, when I turned 21, I decided to pack my kids up and move to Atlanta by myself, no friends, no family. And I'm like, come on, we moving to Atlanta. So
That's
I
right.
packed up everything in my Trailblazer, and we moved to Atlanta. And ever since then, like it's just really been like I had my trials and tribulations. I'm working at Church's Chicken, only making $6.50
In Atlanta?
in
struggle, the
Atlanta,
struggle.
yes,
Wow.
the struggle was
The
real.
struggle is
It
real.
was
Yeah.
real,
Right.
real. But when
you
I
do
tell
what you have
y'all,
to,
God
right?
always, God
Have to.
always provided for me.
That's right.
You would never think that I was making $6.75 because I always
You didn't
made
look.
it look
You didn't
good.
look like what you've been
I
through.
didn't look like what I've been through at all. I
You
didn't
made
look like
that
what I
six-
was going
that
through.
$6 look
None
good.
of that. I made that $6 look amazing
That's
to
right.
the point where I had dope boys like, how's you doing this?
Wow.
Right.
Like
Wow.
really, like
you just,
how's
like-
you doing this? They can
So
vouch
did you
for
do
me.
it just with the $6 an hour job, or were you
I
working
mean,
like
I
two
had
places?
side hustles.
You had
I
side
had
hustles.
little
Oh,
side
so you had a job,
Mhm.
right? And you had some side hustles.
had some side
okay?
hustles,
So let's talk a little bit
definitely.
about those side hustles. Just be
Ooh,
having
let's talk about
because
the
$6
side
We
an
all
hour.
got a side hustle.
You know, $6
Several
an
side
hour.
hustles.
I don't even
My
know if that's
side
even
hustles
real
can't
right
get-
now.
I can't go to jail for my side hustles no more. So.
Okay, no more. Keep it all the
I
way.
love it.
Keep
But
it
you
all
know,
the way real.
we all have stories
Yeah.
about moving to Atlanta, and that's the beautiful thing about this city. You know, I've met so many people here that are definitely not from here, and their story of getting here is just so amazing how we overcome. I know the very first day I moved here, my dad died. Like I was driving, and matter of fact, not even I wasn't even driving yet, but the night I was planning an event as always, and we're in Kinko's and we get the phone call that he died. But I was set to move to Atlanta that next morning, and so long and behold, me and my mom got on the road, and I remember driving that U-Haul truck, and I just drove. I would not stop. She was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Yeah, we're not stopping. We're not stopping." Like I was just in the zone. Yeah, I was just in a zone. Like I was in shock. I was in disbelief. Like I just didn't know what to think. But I just was like, I gotta get to Atlanta, and that was a rough time for me. You know, like you said, you was working a job, making only $6 or whatever an hour. That was a rough time for me because I had a job that I transferred to here in Atlanta, and then I get here and I'm like, okay, well, my dad died, and they're like, yeah, well, you can't, you got to start training, and if you don't start training, you can't start until 3 months from now, and I'm like, well, I got to pay my rent. You know, and so I had to make a decision. And so sometimes, you know, we're just in that phase of, okay, we have to make a decision. And that's that turning point. I know you've had a story about coming
Oh
and
boy.
moving to Atlanta.
Absolutely. My story moving to Atlanta was almost like a little bit like Mimi's. It was that we were in the middle of the pandemic, and I was like, there's no way in the world that I am going to be stuck in a literally all white neighborhood in the middle of pandemic in the sticks in Pennsylvania while it's cold. I'm getting the hell out of here.
So, but while it's cold, that's the biggest part.
While it's cold. And I said, you know what? If we're gonna be shut down and I want to be, we're gonna be stuck in the house in our own space. I need to make some changes. This is not where I want to be. So me and my daughter, we flipped a coin, and I said, you know, we're either going to go to Texas or we're going to go to Atlanta. So initially, I was going to move to Texas, and then just a few days after I had settled in, I flipped a coin and was like, I mean, I had a dream. Excuse me, I had a dream and was like, "Nah, you going to Atlanta?
Going to the
And
A.
we're going to the A." And I said,
Yes.
"Man, you know what? I'm just gonna get up and go." And that's what I did. I just packed up. Me and my daughter said, "We out. We're going. I don't know what's gonna happen when we get there." And actually, before we even got to Atlanta, I was homeless for like 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
Well, not homeless, but I really, I left my place and everything was on its way to Atlanta. I didn't even have a place for it to be delivered yet.
So it's homeless.
It was.
It's homeless.
I was living in a U-Haul.
It is
We
what
all
it
been
is.
Right.
homeless before.
Right, but again, it's that the pain that you may have gone through, or whatever
Yes.
that may have taken you, pushes you to learn a passion and use your power.
Yes.
So having those, I love these P's, right? The pain, the power, the passion, the planning, the all of that. So the story that you tell is very similar to a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, right? Because as women and as mothers and entrepreneurs, we wear so many hats and we have so many obligations to our business. So I always say, if you can be a mom, you can be a business owner,
Absolutely.
because you have to keep your house in order. If you're a wife, you can run a business.
Absolutely.
Same
You a
thing
wife,
like
you
running.
can do anything. 'Cause
Right.
If you
you're
a
wife,
woman, you can run a business.
Right,
them-
a
them
woman,
wives
wife.
not that-
Yeah, the
Look.
structure that a wife has, to run a household is the same kind of structure a woman has to run a business.
Yeah.
Now, I can't tell you on the emotional sentiment parts of it, but yes, it's almost the same structure. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, just being a woman, we go through so much before even wearing hats. Just putting on that crown every morning. It's a lot that goes with that, so
Even when you ain't got the
And
crown.
it definitely when you the one that's breaking the generational curses in
Absolutely.
your family,
Right?
Absolutely.
That comes so much stronger.
That's definitely for me because when I first moved, I got a lot of my game from the drug dealers.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about it.
Like for real, and they really taught me. When I first moved to Atlanta, I was dating one of the biggest drug dealers in Atlanta, and he just taught me okay, no matter what you do, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Right.
And you can be doing this, but have your I can cuss. have your
Be
stuff
you.
together. You gotta have it together. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be out here doing all this dirt, make sure you got taking care of yourself on the back end. So he
Right.
like, if I get pulled over by the police, I got 10 bricks in my car. But if they pull me over, I got my license, I got my insurance. They can't mess with me.
And I got 75K for the lawyer.
And I got 75K for the lawyer. It was stashed in my house.
Right.
But not for real. And I took that, and even then, I didn't want to be like piggybacking off of that. So like, I was learning stuff from them, learning stuff from my church family. Like I had a whole little thing going on. Like,
That support system is important.
Yes, it's
It is
definitely
very important.
very important. And when I moved here, I had nobody. Like I was relying on strangers to help me. Like
Me
my
too.
kids, 4 and 5 years old, I'm leaving them with
Me
strangers because
too.
I had to go to work.
Because you had to. Man,
You had to go to work.
I had to go to
There's
work.
a saying
you know
that
how
we
many
say.
babysitters I had? Like
Sometimes
I didn't know
left the
if.
kids in the house by themselves, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, listen.
I had to go to work.
I didn't know if my child would come back in one piece or what. Like
Right.
I had to make a decision. Literally, I'm online, Craigslist to be exact, finding babysitters, dropping my children off with them.
Yes.
And if it didn't go, if I didn't feel like if it wasn't right by the time I got there, and even sometimes I was like, come on, please God, please make my
I
children.
was just about to say
Right.
that faith. Like
Man,
that's
that
what we
faith,
had to do. We had
that-
to put our faith. That we had to
We
get in
sure
our faith
did.
bag.
Absolutely.
Every last
I
one
think
of
my
us.
faith was tested the most when I moved here to Atlanta.
Mhm.
And especially, being a mom, a single mom, and having young children.
Yeah.
Countless of babysitters. I don't even know their names to this day.
Oh my goodness,
No,
really?
for real.
I had the
Shout out to
support.
the
I had the support.
babysitters.
Right. I was lucky to still be in New York at the time, so I had a lot of support with my mom with my kids. But there's this saying like, once you're a mother, right? So in Spanish it goes, una madre. Cuando es una madre, siempre es una madre. It's like once you're a mother, you will always be a mother.
Absolutely.
Always.
Right. Always be a mother. So mothers are like this magical thing. I think they're so magical. I think we're magical, to be able to be a mom. And shout out to all of our moms, surrogates,
Yes.
women who adopt children, women who, take other children underneath their
Absolutely.
wing. A mother is always going to be a mother. Una madre siempre es una madre. Always.
Always.
So being a mom wears all those crowns, but that made you like a superhero, because
Yes.
so a little bit about, having right.
Superhero. We
for
really are.
real,
We the biggest
for real.
superheroes they
We
got
the
in their
biggest-
life. Not
yeah.
Spider-Man.
What's so right? Not Spider-Man.
Right.
I remember the first time I told my kids that Santa Claus didn't exist. They were like,
Were they mad?
I'm Santa.
no, they wasn't mad. They were like, good, because we didn't understand why that fat man was getting all the credit for all your hard work, Mom.
I'm busting my ass. I'm crying at night trying to make sure you got all this. I'm Santa.
Right.
We do
I'm
so
Santa Claus.
much.
Yo soy Santa Claus.
Yes. So let's go into, okay, so you moved here to Atlanta. Let's go into the vision now. So how was this vision birth for Mimi so natural? What was that turning point? We talk about turning points. What was that turning point for you?
Okay, so y'all, Atlanta changed my life. Africa birthed my purpose.
Ooh. Say that again. I like that.
Yeah.
Atlanta changed my life, and Africa birthed my purpose.
Okay.
Okay, elaborate on that a little bit.
And it's like, okay, y'all. So y'all, I just be doing stuff, okay? Like, I really just be doing stuff sometimes. And I had a Nigerian friend. We was homegirls. It's my homegirl. She like, oh, I want you to meet my brother. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's meet the brother. Okay, I met the brother.
brother.
Okay. Hey, brother, I miss him so much. Rest in peace. I met the brother. The brother was very good to me. Me and the brother dated online for about a year. So he was
Wait,
like,
y'all dated online?
we dated online.
We gotta talk about
Yeah,
that.
so
But
we
go
gonna
ahead.
get there.
That's
We
a
gonna
whole
get
I
nother
don't care
story.
because ain't no shame in my game. I did that.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
I dated this man online for a whole year. And he like, come to Nigeria, come meet. I want you to come meet me, come to Nigeria. I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm packing my bags. So I called my friends, I called my family, like, who want to come to Nigeria with me? I'm going to Nigeria. Woo, woo, woo. Nobody want to go. Everybody thought I was crazy. They like, you crazy? You go down there and get ate. This is how people crazy.
Right.
You go down there and get ate. They go kidnap you. You don't need to be going down there. I'm
You
like,
American,
I'm going.
you got no
Yeah.
business on that soil.
I said, I'm going to Nigeria, y'all. Bye. I'm going to Africa. Okay? I got to Africa, y'all. This man treated me like an absolutely queen.
Wow.
When I got there, he had literally had somebody
Shout
go
out to my
shopping for me.
Nigerians.
Okay, because you're Nigerian. Yes, I'm Nigerian. So I got there. This man had clothes everywhere for me. Like he had it laid out. I was there for 10 days, y'all. He treated me like a queen. Like we
Wow.
stayed in the nicest, everything. Anything that I wanted, he waited on me hand and foot. Like it was
Like a
amazing.
fairy tale.
It was really a fairy tale. And we went to the beach. We went to the beach one day and we at the beach, y'all, and just being in front of that water,
Mm.
it was just like I literally just started. I'm gonna start crying. I just started crying like I'm a 15-year-old high school dropout.
In
No
Africa.
matter how I got here, I'm here, bitches.
Right. I'm here.
I'm here.
Wow.
Okay. I got there and I just started crying like I can't believe this for me. And and everybody was just so beautiful in the way that they just carried on with life with the little that they had.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, damn, we over here complaining and we, like what? These people around here carrying 5 gallons of water on their head. I never do
Mm.
that.
Correct.
Okay, I just was like, wow, like this is beautiful. Just I just respect the way they live and
Right.
they grateful for the little things.
Right.
And ever since then, I just wanted to be grateful for the little things, the things that like I'm moving. I was able to move to Atlanta with my 2 kids with no family and still be able to make my dreams come true.
Yes.
Like you
You
was able
know,
to come across the states without any
exactly,
issues. Like you could go from
exactly,
one state to another and just be like,
exactly.
I choose somewhere else.
And
I choose
what's
to do
crazy
something
is,
else.
right, when I moved to Atlanta, y'all, I moved here, I had no driver's license.
Oh wow.
So I drove from Detroit to Atlanta with no driver's license.
God is good.
Okay?
Gangster.
And came to Atlanta, got pulled over for no driver's license, and went to jail for 45 days.
I think a lot of people had jail stories.
Oh, you thought you was
Thank
gonna
the
get
Lord
away.
I haven't.
You thought you was gonna get away with that one, didn't you? Right? You
it
was like, I'm slick. I'm here. I made it.
Oh, that was the craziest
Dun,
thing
dun.
ever. But just that experience in going to Nigeria, and it was just opened up all type of doors in my heart. Like it was just like, Mimi, come on, you got a bigger purpose. Let's go.
So
And
that birthed the vision
that
for
birthed my vision
what
for
we
my
know
brand.
today.
Yes,
Mimi So
because
Natural.
I started getting my ingredients, and I started getting like black soaps and shea butters and different things coming home and making products. Because I've always been kind of, I know I'm a beautiful person.
You're
I know I'm a beautiful
beautiful.
woman, but like being a dark skinned girl, I was kind of like always kind of like self conscious about that. So I made it my business to always take care of my skin.
Love
Tú
it.
eres muy linda, mami.
Yes.
Una belleza.
You melt in your mouth, not in your head.
No.
But that's what made me want to get into my skincare products, and here it is, Miss So Natural Beauty.
I
and
love
Wellness.
it. I
Said
love
naturally.
it. Well, let's hold that thought. We're going to come back and we're going to talk more about, first of all, we're going to talk about this online dating thing.
Oh, I'm telling you, it was lit.
It was
Stay
lit.
tuned, guys. We'll be back with more of A Dose of Beauty.
It's like, I ain't never show y'all my African.
Hi guys, so we are back live
Guess
on A
who's
Dose of
back?
Beauty. How you say that in
And
Spanish?
say what?
A Dose of Beauty.
Una dosa de belleza.
Love it. Oh, it sounds so sexy.
You like it? You want to say it again?
Yes, say it.
Una doce de belleza.
De belleza. I love it.
Play all
Belleza.
day,
Is it
bro.
Jessa?
Belleza.
Belleza. Say it.
Una dosa belleza.
That was
I
good. That was
love
good. Try one more time though.
Una,
Doce
doce
de
de
belleza.
belleza.
There you
So
go.
belleza is beauty.
It's beauty.
Ooh, I'm saying that all the time.
Belleza.
Belleza.
Una,
That's why I
dosa
call you
de
belleza.
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 How you say
Ooh,
natural?
Natural.
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 Belleza.
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 Uh-huh.
Yes.
Belleza. Like Belle. So most of the English languages actually originated from the Latin.
Right. I was just telling my best friend I could barely speak English sometimes.
Yeah, because you really speak in Spanish. you really
I
speak.
love it.
You really speak in Latin, so it's
Right.
either you got Pig Latin, you got you have the Italian Latin, you have like all of Latin America.
Yes.
Like most of our language has derived from the Latin culture. So when we say in other words like natural, it's really literally spelled natural, but the only
Right.
thing is we're putting a twist of natural.
Right.
Natural.
I like
Gotta
that
roll
better.
your tongues.
Natural.
Natural. Mimi so natural. Me so natural.
Yeah.
Say that to me every time.
So Mimi so natural, right? How did you come up with the name, the concept?
Oh, Mimi so natural. Okay, so my name Mimi, right? So I'm like, okay. My neighbor, I had a neighbor, he is from Ghana.
Okay.
And it's so funny because everything I do, it was like, he was like, everything you do is like natural.
Oh,
and it was
okay,
just so
okay.
crazy. And he was like, you so like, he like, you so natural. And I'm
Love
like,
it.
Like what you
So
mean by
natural.
that? Like skin, your
yeah,
acting,
skin,
your
like
what?
the way I act,
Oh,
like
you
I
was
was
just
really big
natural.
into the skin. Yeah, he was like he. I ain't gonna say it on here.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
Come on,
No,
you
like
can
he
say it.
loved me. Like he really like loved me. So he was just like always like you're so natural. And I'm like, oh,
It's like natural feeling.
We're gonna talk about
I'm
honey's
Mimi
African
so
men.
natural.
I'm Mimi
Oh,
so natural.
African men love me. I think God want me to be with an African man.
Be
Yeah.
with an African man.
Be with. Aren't you from Nigeria?
I'm not from Nigeria,
You're
but
not?
I'm Chinese have inspired
Oh,
me
you
to
like
get
you like
my
the girls.
ancestry.
Nigga, you like
Yes,
the Latin,
guys,
the
do
girls
your
in my-
ancestry.com.
Yes, definitely.
You probably
It
should.
changed my
I
life.
am
You should.
definitely.
You already have it like somewhere in your ancestry, and
I got to because
that's
they
'cause-
think I'm African
That's
and
why
they
your
love me
ancestors
so
probably
much.
keep pushing you that way.
They
keep
like
pushing you that
really
way.
love me. Like they love me, and
Yeah.
I love them back.
So
Absolutely.
Mimi's so natural. So you came up with the name, the brand, the concept, and how did you decide to like really make it a business? What was that like?
So I was calling myself Mimi so natural before I even thought about the brand.
Okay.
So people used to always say stuff like, "Oh, your teeth so pretty, your skin so pretty." You know, like they used to, "My skin's so soft." Like guys, they're like, "Your skin is so soft," and I'm like, "Okay, let me start making these products
Like
so
a
y'all
baby's
can use
butt.
like a baby's butt." So soft.
Aw.
I'm rubbing myself. I love touching myself.
Right. Ooh, hello.
Wait a minute. Why
You like
haven't I
touching
tried
yourself?
any of your products?
I don't know why
Really?
you ain't tried, but you
Wait,
switch
hold on a second.
Why
Because I
haven't
tried your products.
That's what I'm saying.
Honey's really, you haven't tried any of the
I've
products?
never.
I'm surprised
Nothing.
at that. I mean, I have tried.
She
I
had the
I've tried
CMOS.
tons of, and the CMOS, and you know what? My daughter
Oh no, I did
actually
get some
tried a lot of her
CMOS. I
products
did.
too.
I did. I
It helped to
did.
clear up Monique's acne.
See, love
turmeric,
it.
The turmeric thing that she has.
Nice.
I mean, I've had a lot of stuff done on Mimi's butt.
Definitely, you
Yeah.
definitely.
I did. Now I need to have a.
You see how she do me?
I guess so.
You be that be you. You so busy. You around here wearing 1,000 hats. You ain't even got time to come up here and get pampered. And the bus pull up to
Right.
you. Ain't that
I
crazy?
Right. All you gotta do is call her.
Crazy.
She pulled
That's
right up on the
crazy.
bus.
Pull
Like,
right up.
I had to
pull
literally beg her to
She
come get a
did.
service.
She did. She was like, "I'm pulling up right now."
Like,
Right. That's it. You're
She
gonna
be
get a
so
massage.
busy. She don't not never want to self care herself.
I know.
I know,
Like,
right? Remember the time we was at the park together? I gotta share this story. We were at the park together one
park?
day. I'm gonna tell you the story because y'all gonna find out
Piedmont.
today. We were at the Piedmont Park and we were having Fit Church one
Oh
morning,
yes.
right?
Okay.
And so I love the way Shanice does to me. She'd be like, "Oh, yeah, girl, you better be there. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get there. And then I get there and she ain't
She
there.
ain't even there. She ain't
She
even
making
there.
you feel some type of way, like, get your ass home. And you're like, okay, ya vemos, ya
She
vemos.
motivating everybody
Ay,
else to
come.
be
And
healthy
then she's not
and
there,
stuff.
right.
Right.
But then don't self care. So then one day we sitting there, we talking or whatever, and and I hadn't seen Mimi in a while, and I remember what you was wearing too, girl, because I love me some Mimi. I love right. I was so happy to see you. Like I was in a hiatus for a little while.
Yes,
I
you
was.
were.
I was in a
You
hiatus for a little while.
I think we all do that. At
Right,
some
right. I think,
point.
yeah. So. But yeah, it was genuine. So we get to the park. Mimi and I were talking, and we were like exercising, all this great stuff. We had a great conversation with the girl that you brought with you and her kids and everything. Even though it was raining a little bit, whatever. So we still wondering where Shawnee's at. Where Shawnee's at? Shawnee's still not here yet, right? So finally, Shawnee's pull up, right? She pull up, and then we feel like this ball energy built up inside her, and
Oh
we're
my
like,
gosh.
Shawnee's what? Like, what's up? And she's like trying to be like, no, everything's fine. No, I'm fine. Everything's good. No, don't worry. Yeah, so we got to do
Somebody
this.
pissed
And I'm
me
like,
off very bad
right.
that day.
And I'm like, Shawneese, it's okay. Like, it's okay. And me and
burst out in
yeah, me and Mimi looked at her like we started group hugging. She's like, like God, everything. I just want to kill people. And you're like, oh, okay, we get it. So it wasn't like it didn't even matter what it was. It was just the fact that we allowed each other to cry it out.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't matter what the problem was. It was
Yes.
right. We let it cry it out. We talked it out, and it's just like it's okay. Like it's okay because sometimes when we're not feeling at our best,
Yes.
we have other people like each other.
That's what
who
I'm saying.
come
Like
out.
that support
Yeah,
system.
and
is
come
so
out
That was
and
beautiful. And
right?
that was a dose of beauty.
That was a
that
dose
was
of
a
beauty.
dose of beauty. Yes.
It really was.
Between the pain, the the
Beauty do
crying,
come
the
And then
tears,
we laugh and everything.
the laughter, yeah,
Yes.
and working together. And so now Mimi So Natural is like everywhere. You see the bus everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
you're on tour. You have
Definitely
a
on tour.
book.
Yes.
You
state
have
to state.
products.
You've been everywhere.
You have tons and tons of
Everywhere.
clients. Talk about that.
Oh my gosh, y'all. First of all, I'm just so grateful for everything God is doing. I started off with the natural skincare products.
Right.
And me being that I'm a nursing assistant as well, and I'm just like so
Yes, and
into
congratulations to that.
Thank
just
you.
Yeah, she
finished
just
school.
graduated.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just
right.
finished school for my esthetician.
Esthetician.
Yes.
Yes. And I, like my heart is just really set on caring for people. So outside of the skincare, I'm like, what can I do to add on to my service, to add on to my brand that can care for people? So I decided God gave me the vision to create the Beauty and Wellness Mobile Spa.
Oh,
Love it.
And literally, it was just like, it just happened. It wasn't really even completely planned. It was just something that just really like happened. He like, this is what's about to happen. And I got my
He laid out all the
contractors
bricks for
and
you,
I did
right?
everything, and everything just started coming together just like that.
Yes.
And I kept on saying, people, you can go back on my Facebook, and I kept saying, y'all, I'm going on tour. I'm going on tour. I'm going on tour. And look, your girl is really on tour.
You are
Really,
on
but you
tour,
said one
girl.
thing. You said one thing that I just want to wrap it back to because a lot of times people don't understand when they get their vision where they really get the vision from, and if they don't follow the vision, how things can fall apart, right? But you got your vision from where now?
God.
Right, because
Love
God,
it.
like, go ahead, girl, say it one more
God,
time. That's right.
God, and
God. God
every
did.
God did. Listen, DJ Kelly, when he came out with that song, y'all don't even know I played that shit like 2,000 times, 2,000 times because God did.
God
Like
did.
for real,
God
and it's
did.
like. No, for real, because Jay-Z say, it gotta be crazy to y'all, nigga. We surprised.
Right,
I'm
right.
surprised. I be
You
like,
right.
oh my God, this for me?
You ever feel like you're
Right.
outside of yourself?
I do. I
the
do
time,
be feeling
yes.
like that all the time.
feel like
and
that
it's
too,
just
Shawty?
like,
All the
ah.
time.
Right.
It's just
I can't even.
beautiful.
It's so crazy. So many things go on and happen like to me in one day. Literally, I'm in here getting dressed, and I get a phone call from my project manager, and she's like, "You got to take this call. You got to take this call." I can't really say what it's about, but it's just like every time. God be answering prayers
He do.
quickly.
And it don't always look so pretty.
And
It don't.
always
It don't.
look
I
so
feel like
good.
sometimes that, sometimes my vision, what I have envisioned and what God has envisioned for me are not
Yes.
always the same. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I envisioned. I'm like, I'm trying to manifest something here. Pero carajo, ¿qué pasó? Muévete. I'm trying to do this here. And it's like, no. We got something else for you.
And
Has
then
something
you
else for
want to
you.
know too what's so funny because y'all, I really being here, I really was like, I was around so many different celebrities, like
Mm-hmm.
so many different celebrities before my brand even popped off. I was
Right.
around so many different celebrities, and these celebrities have literally watched my brand grow.
Okay.
And a lot of these people really didn't like they supported me on the back end, but that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing, like with my energy,
Right.
it was like they was more like taking my they was like, okay, I know who I can go be around to be normal. I know who I can go or be around to get
Be
some real
natural.
energy to be
Yes.
natural. You
Natural.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yes.
I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe one of them go blow me up. None
Mm-hmm.
of them did.
Oh yeah, right.
None of them
That part.
did. None of them
Because
did.
sometimes they need you more than you need
And
them.
they did. And
Absolutely.
Right.
that's what
That's that
God
energy.
told me. And that's what it was like. It's not even about you.
It's not.
It's
That's
not about,
right.
well, it's about you, but it's not about you. I put you in a place not for them to do that for you, but for you to be somebody
For them.
who you are to them.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
every last one of them, they see me. They know what time it
Yeah.
is.
And you
Yes.
But
also
God
learn who
did,
you
and I
are.
came up and I blew up off of what
And
God
you
did
are
for me.
doing
Not
that.
for
You
them.
are doing
And
that.
I think that's so
natural.
lit.
So from
Muy natural.
and her
I
her
think that's
beauty
so
spa,
lit.
her beauty bus. When I say it is amazing, first of
Thank
all,
you.
when you walk
Thank
in
you.
there, just the scent. Forget the scent, cause yeah. Let's start with the decor. It's the decor for
Yeah.
me.
It's the smell for me
It's
though.
yeah.
It is the
It's
scent.
like
Keep it clean.
I feel like Mimi pulled up literally to my driveway.
And the sparkly buses
I
and stuff.
felt like I was in,
Y'all ain't seen
I don't even know where, on an island in the middle of Saint Tropez, and like I'm just getting a massage and I don't even know.
And you're
Like,
on a bus.
and I was on the bus.
Accessorized bus.
And people be so surprised when they get on the bus. They be like,
Yeah,
Ain't this this little
wow.
Marta accessorized bus? They're like,
It's beautiful. If you have not
Transformed.
experienced Mimi So Natural Spa, you have to. You have to. All right. Now let's jump into this online dating.
Yeah, I
thing.
wanna know.
Wait a
Tell
minute.
me.
How do you
We can talk about
online
it.
date someone for an entire like online?
Yeah, and what is
Like
online
do
dating
when
like?
you yeah, what
do
is
you mean
what
by
do
that?
you mean by online dating?
Okay,
Because
so
I've met
we was-
people online, but like we
But you
wasn't
didn't date online.
yeah, we ain't really like
you
date.
meet
Like
online,
after a
but then
while, I
you
was like,
date
we gotta
outside of
meet.
online.
Exactly.
You just meet online, but
Right.
you was
well, we
online
didn't
dating.
meet online. We
Okay.
met through his sister.
Oh.
Which
You
we are
dated
still very,
online.
but we
And
dated,
dated
online.
So what's an
online.
online date like?
We FaceTime like every day, all day on the
Wow.
phone.
Okay.
You
Wow.
know, like meeting the family over the phone, like all of
Okay.
that. It was just like we was together, but we just ain't touch each other.
Oh.
Ain't that
I guess
amazing?
I'm
And
kind
it
of
was
doing
so
that
cute,
right
and that was
now.
the love of my life for real. Like I feel
So
like
that's what that means. You're online dating.
Well, I call it online
No,
because
you
it was,
online.
yeah, it was
You
online.
you dating
I'm
online.
dating online, yeah.
Dating
Cause I ain't been on
online.
I ain't been on no dating website, but which
Oh.
I'm not. I mean,
So maybe that's
I've
what
been
I
on
got
a dating
going on.
website. I've been on a dating
I
website.
will
Let me
because
tell you,
at the end of the
I've
day,
been
when
on
the
one.
people that's
And
probably
I'm
kind of
good.
serious ready, I date somebody online.
Girl, let me
Cause
tell
I
you,
just be doing what I want
dating
to
in
do.
Atlanta has been a very interesting
Boo.
adventure. It's been a very.
Boo.
I know they
Dating
say
in
like, oh,
Atlanta
there's like
is
25 women to one man or whatever.
Right.
Or
I'm
5
like,
boys to one
or
man.
There you go.
Or like 5 build a
There you
bears.
go. There
One
you
or
go.
the other.
I'm sorry, I'm not. Mira, ay, pero qué papi, ve, llegó, ¿qué pasó, amor? Quiero una teta. Like for real.
So
You
how
like
long
what?
did y'all date?
We
Like,
dated for a year.
online.
For a full
we dated
year?
for a full
Before
year.
you touched them?
Before
Before you met
So
him.
how
Before I
many
met
times
him.
did you meet?
Oh, girl, that man flew me to Africa 2-3 times a year.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So
How long
I've
you
been
stay
to
there?
Africa over 10 times.
Nice.
Over 10 times. Like I
No
can't
wonder
even- I
why she
stopped
always
counting.
in Africa.
I
Right.
really stopped counting. Yes, and I developed, and that's the thing. And it's like that's why the thing is this: like, no matter the situation God put you in, you got to use everything to your advantage.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's exactly what I did. So when I went down there, not only did I date him, I met everybody. I met people. I
Right.
let them know who I am.
You positioned
I
yourself.
positioned myself
Hello?
to the point where it's like it's so crazy. They be like, Mimi, can you send us some products? I said,
Oh,
I'm
I
coming
love
to
it.
get this shit from here.
Love
Right.
it. Love it.
Because it's the concoction.
Yes, you know,
It's the
exactly. That
concoction.
too.
And
That
it's
too.
the
But
brand
I-
too, because I like in sales, and I've been in sales for about 25 years, and it's like people never buy my product; they always buy me.
Right.
And that's
Because
the
I could
thing.
sell anything, and if
You
they
can,
like you,
Josie. You
right, I could sell.
can. You can.
I'm gonna sell you back your own vision. See
Okay.
that?
Wow. So
But yeah, they
that's
buy
that's
you.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
I just
amazing.
made it
And as
happen.
women, speaking of positioning yourself, as women, that's what we have to do. You know, as mothers, as wives, we have to position ourselves. We have to put
Definitely.
ourselves in rooms to where we can add value, but also get value from that as
Exactly.
well, and take that and do something amazing. And you've really done that. You planted so many seeds, Mimi. I'm super super proud of you. Let
Thank
me
you.
say that first and foremost.
Absolutely.
We had the first Black business ball here in Atlanta that
Hey.
was curated. It was a Me So Natural experience, Mimi So Natural
Me
experience,
so
and
natural. It was so nice.
man,
It was.
remember we was dress shopping?
Yeah,
Listen, we were
yes.
dressed.
It
Shanice
was
and I went
so
dress shopping together. I got so drunk
lit.
that night.
It was
No,
We
so
were
lit.
I
dress
learned my
shopping
lesson.
like Mimi
And that was
was
another guy did, y'all. That was
that
another
was
guy.
it was
did.
beautiful.
Right.
Like
We were
another
we
guy
went dress
did.
shopping together, and the night before I
And
was
y'all
making
looking
the
so
songs.
beautiful.
thank
And y'all
you. We
kids
showed, and we were
brought
able to
your
bring our
sons.
children.
Yes, everything
Like
was so
that
nice.
was
Yeah.
a. We have to. Well, can we start planning?
Can we do
the
another
Black
one?
Business
We
Ball
definitely
2020?
if it's sure every year where we will be having a Black business ball every February, and we doing that in February
February.
because people don't
Yes.
understand how important it is not to just
It
be a
was
business owner,
amazing.
but being
Pure
a
Black
Black
excellence.
business owner, being a
Right.
Black woman in business. You know, like
Yes.
that is important. And I wanted to make a mark in downtown Buckhead, and we did that. And so many people was like, "Oh my God!" Like we never even seen this done before. Like the people that the owners and the workers that
Right.
work for the venue, they just was like so in shock. Like this is beautiful.
That's right.
And I'm
Who
just
said we couldn't have a ball? Who said?
Who said?
Who
we can do whatever
said?
we
Yes.
want to do
Because you
we
got
calling
what?
all the steppers to the front. And I'm
Right,
a
hello,
stepper. I don't know
hello.
what they talking about. I'm a stepper.
I love it. I
And-
can't
So let me
wait
ask
for
you
next
something,
year.
Mimi. Let me ask you something. In this season that you're in right now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Well, 5 years from now, I see myself in Nigeria opening up a beauty spa there. I'm actually working on that right now, and I just want to give back to the people that I got so much energy from.
Love
Right.
it.
So
Love it.
that's what my plan is. And it's like, it's not, a lot of people be like, oh, where I'm gonna make the money, where I'm gonna make the money. I swear, y'all, I am so not worried about money. I'm
Right.
so not worried
Oh,
about
money
making
will
money.
come.
Money is
Yeah.
going to come, and it's
Affirm it.
coming. And if it ain't that, I'm gonna always be provided for. He's going to
Right.
always make sure
Yes.
that I'm good. So my vision and what I
No
want
more
to do.
$6 an hour.
No more
No more, no more
No.
of that. I'll never be broke
Because now
again.
you have a
Ever.
plan now, right?
Ever.
You have a
I have a
plan.
plan. I
Yeah.
have a vision, and I got God ahead of my life, and
Right.
that's the most
And you said
important
you
thing.
was a mom at 15, but now you have 2 children.
Yes.
Right?
I was
Right.
a mom at
Amazing young
15
men.
and 17.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
2 times. My mama wanted to kill me. she wanted
That
to kill me.
damn Mimi.
Now all she can look at.
She
now
came in the house with
she
the
can look
pregnancy
at-
test, like, and you better not be pregnant. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to get pit out.
Like how they know?
she knows, she knew.
You,
she just
you know
knew.
them. Your parents
They
know.
just
She
they
just
just knew. They walk by you, they
knew.
smell like.
I said,
That's
and
right.
here's the thing,
Because
the
if
whole
it was
time,
your child,
I'm like,
you
God, I
would
can't
know.
believe this. I'm talking to God like, I can't believe you doing this to me. Like,
Like,
I know
no,
God
I
ain't gonna do
can't.
me like that. I know you ain't gonna do
Yeah,
me
he
like
had to
that.
he had to slow you down.
He
though.
did. And
so
all
what,
you
the kids slowed you down a
and the
little
thing,
bit, so you could be
not,
with
they
yourself.
grew me up,
Yeah.
and I love that. And I used to always question God, like, why I gotta be the one? Why I gotta be the one to do this? And now everything that I've been through, it makes sense now. Like I had to be
Yes.
the one to go through that to be
Right.
where I'm at, because
Absolutely.
really I'm
The
carrying
chosen one.
my, yeah, for real, because I'm like
Yeah, the
really
chosen
like
one.
not, I ain't gonna say lead in my circle, because everybody in my circle is bosses, but I did create an avenue for us to think outside of the environment that we was in.
Right, to
And
show
so, and that's
to
for
show 'em it's
everyone.
possible.
And absolutely, that's for everyone, because we all go through things, and sometimes we beat ourselves up, or we don't give ourselves just enough kudos to be like, no matter what we've been through, we can continue shining, we can continue going, we can continue growing. And not everyone has that support system. Everyone support system looks a little different, but guys, you have to be really, you just have to give yourself grace. You have to give,
You
and
know
I'm learning that.
you know that's my favorite
That was
word.
that was our word for Dallas.
Yes,
Yes.
no,
That was
but
our
you
word
you
for
have to give
Dallas.
yourself
You
grace.
got to give
Like
yourself grace.
That was our word for
Yeah.
Dallas.
we have
Definitely.
so many stories. We're gonna come back and talk more and get into the success and height of your business. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Mimi So Natural, more on A Dose of Beauty. Make sure y'all check out Mimi So Natural.
Besito, belleza. Welcome back. Ooh.
Welcome back to A Dose of Beauty. Once again, I'm Shanice,
And I'm Josie.
and this is the lovely Mimi of Mimi So Natural. So, Mimi, so we like to play a little game
Okay.
with our guests,
I like
right?
games
And
sometimes.
yes, we have the question of the day, but we wanted to save it to the end. So,
So the question of the day is: if I gave you $100,000, what would you do with it?
If you gave me 100, oh
like
my
right
God.
now,
Like right now, if I dropped
five.
100.
You,
Okay.
you got 5 seconds.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to give me a flock of buses.
Because we going to Nigeria.
Because we going to Nigeria.
Okay.
But we ain't gonna take the buses to Nigeria. We gonna go to Nigeria and train them on beauty and wellness because that's what they
Love
need
it.
and they always want to know our secret sauce. So I'll pack up my girls, all of us. We going to
Yes.
Nigeria and flying
Okay.
everybody out. And we gonna go make a difference there, and then we go gain them buses up because, like I said, we going on tour, and I need this brand to be nationwide because it's natural, it's love, it's pure, and the world needs to know about it. So that's what I do with my 100 bands.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it. Well, tell everybody how they can find you, where they can find you, and yeah.
You can find me at Me So Natural on all platforms. Me So Natural underscore. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My website is mesonatural.com. And you can find me around the city of Atlanta because I'm around here. I'm running through everybody's city. I'm pulling up.
Pull up.
Pull up on me.
Guys, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all check out Mimi So Natural. We're so excited that you stopped by a Dose of
Thank you
Beauty
for having
podcast
me.
today. We love you. We're going to support
Love
you.
you.
And we'll see you on one of those mobile buses.
Let's
Thank you,
go.
Bye,
guys.
bellezas.
Thank
Peace
you for
out.
joining a Dose of Beauty tonight. Remember, there's a dose of beauty in you all.
Yes, it
Una
is.
doce de belleza en todito.
Love that. That's so cute.
Rap, rap, rap. Yay.
That was solid, y'all. Y'all be. It was. Oh, I'm giving it to you. So how can we like replay this?
Yeah, so it's on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. So it's on YouTube. So that was dope. That was good. Music great. Music great. I was nervous about you being our first guest.